Thank you, Madam President. Would this be the correct time to give my no vote explanation?
Sure.
Thank you. I stand before this body to do what is normally statistically impossible: give a no vote explanation on legislation that I championed. It's a first for me, to say the least. But these are the circumstances in which I found myself. Every day for the past year, I have focused 110% of my energies on a package of bills that were intended to forge a new path forward for the future of Detroit Public Schools. As I told the House Appropriations Committee last month, after months of intense negotiation, it was truly a blessing for Democrats and Republicans in this chamber to partner together and agree on a compromise education reform plan. It was a bipartisan commitment to improving the educational future for the children of Detroit. It was a plan that created a new community school district, separate from the old DPS and free of debt. It addressed the multitude of financial difficulties facing the district. It maintained educational choice and improved choice options for parents and students. It avoided a lengthy and costly bankruptcy. It returned local control to an elected school board, provided oversight of taxpayer dollars, and managed the opening of new schools so that all areas of the Detroit community would have access to quality school options. Unfortunately, many critical elements necessary for real educational success in this district were not included in the bill that just came before us from the other chamber. It has been characterized that this compromise bill represents a proverbial 3/4 of a loaf, and that we should accept paying down the district's debt and returning elected control as acceptable outcomes only. Why should Detroit children accept anything that's less than what other children across the state are receiving? Why should Detroit children accept only 3/4 of our effort and not fix this problem once and for all? Unfortunately, this bill provides a continued path that will pit DPS and charter schools against each other. Rather, we should be focused on creating an environment where good schools of all types have an opportunity to flourish and provide the educational services our children truly deserve. Instead, let's have a standard that holds everyone accountable and improves the quality of education. There are lots of choices for schools in Detroit, but these parents and children need to have quality choices. My fear is that the serious lack of coordination related to school site planning decisions will continue. By not truly fixing these systemic problems, are we not furthering the confusion and chaos that negatively impacts parents' abilities to seek stability and positive educational options for their children? I was encouraged that the legislation which initially passed this chamber would have brought about a new level of coordination, increased parental choice, and attract new educational options for the students. The changes made to these bills, however, are not anchored in a way that will truly lead to academic improvement. There needed to be a real accountability system that would drive the academic outcomes that we all expect. All of us were elected to solve problems. Some problems are being solved here today, and others are being left unresolved to the detriment of Michigan taxpayers. I fear that a prime opportunity for real achievement has been missed. Now, I'm a proud Republican from West Michigan, and I represent the people of the 34th Senate District. But I also stand with the children and parents of Detroit. Now I'll continue working with fine leaders of this community. Make sure the progress that we've made in Detroit is not made in vain. Michigan will not reach its full potential until there's a healthy, vibrant Detroit. This work will never be complete without a stable educational community, which is necessary in order to ensure the revitalization of the city. Now, I'm honored to have had the opportunity to work alongside all of my colleagues in this chamber, as well as many passionate advocates around the state. Thank you to all the stakeholders and the interest groups who joined our initial efforts and put your reputations on the line. This was a just and honest cause. Unfortunately, I was unable to support this bill, and it pains me greatly to say that. However, I'll continue to work in a bipartisan way to ensure that Detroit families have the same strong, thriving education options as seen in other school districts across the great state of Michigan. So thank you, Madam President, and I'd like my comments to be printed as my no vote explanation.
Thank you, Senator Hansen. Your comments will be printed as your no vote explanation.